All right, fans. I am so excited to bring back one of our favorite guests on the podcast. And there are a few players in this sport who have a more interesting journey than our next guest, from undrafted to open tryouts to starter to waivers to a new team, a new position to NWSL champion to U.S. women's national team call up, defensive midfielder, sometimes right back, sometimes center back, sometimes keep goalkeeper. And I guess there's so much more to go. Welcome back to the show, Nealy Martin.
Thank you. It's nice to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, so when are we going to see Nealy Martin, the striker?
Hey, I'm waiting. I'm waiting to be the nine. I'm always willing to do whatever the team needs. So whenever that happens, I'm ready.
Do you like fantasize about it and be like, okay, I have like the Lola Bonta kind of celebrations. You got anything planned when you
Me
score a
and
goal?
me and Sarah Shapansky have something in our heads.
Okay.
The next time she scores. So we'll see. But yeah, I keep moving backwards on the field. I'm ready to go forwards, like
Yeah.
9, 7, 11.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. You're going to be a coach next time. Um, Sarah scored her first goal as a pro. We'll get to her in a minute, but just that moment in Washington, were you aware that the fans were singing like "Happy Birthday" and like right at the end of the song when they said like "Happy Birthday to you," Sarah scored?
They were singing happy birthday to me?
Now to one of their own players, the fans were.
Oh, no. Usually I
No,
have like blockers on my ears
yeah,
during the games. I'm only tuned into my teammates and usually Juan.
yeah. It was like it's
Um,
NWCL lore now. It was like the perfect timing if you watch the broadcast or look at the highlights. It's pretty crazy.
oh, that is crazy. I mean, it was early in the game, so, and
Yeah.
I was so stoked for her.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're definitely going to talk about her. But so what am I forgetting? I think the last time we talked, we learned that you were a math nerd, a gum enthusiast,
Oof.
and a 4 out of 10 New Yorker. Has that improved on your New Yorkness?
Yeah, so I would say definitely still a math nerd. Yesterday, I downloaded this app where
Uh-huh.
you're forced to solve math equations to your
Okay.
alarm. So your alarm goes off, and before it stops, you have to solve like three equations. I literally downloaded that yesterday. So yeah, still a math nerd. Gum enthusiast, absolutely. My addiction reached an all-time high. So now when I chew gum, sometimes my stomach hurts because I've chewed too much. So I'm kind of coming off the high, I think. And then what was the last? Oh, the 4 out
Oh,
of 10 New Yorker.
yeah.
I think I'm definitely climbing the scale. I would say like 6 out of 10. Been in the city a
Yeah.
decent amount this year. Been to
Mhm.
2 Broadway shows, which
I
was
know.
on my things to cross off. So I feel like I'm getting more acclimated to the New York life.
Yeah. Is there a particular like type of gum or like a brand that's
Oh, for sure. Definitely not Orbit or Trident. I
okay.
will heavily judge you if you choose to buy
Okay.
Orbit. Sorry, Orbit. Definitely the peppermint 5 gum is my favorite,
Okay.
or Polar Ice Extra. Chewed too much
Uh,
spearmint, so can't go there.
yeah. Orbit, you're on notice. Okay.
Sorry,
So,
Orbit.
speaking of Broadway shows, have you seen any Broadway shows lately?
Yeah, so I went it was a month or two ago. I went to one called Six.
Uh-huh.
Um, Great. That was my first Broadway show. Great
Cool.
experience. Went with Mandy Freeman. We had a great time. Um, so impressed by those performers. And then I went to Chicago last week and saw Midge, make her
Hmm.
Broadway debut. And that was awesome to support her and also get to check off another Broadway show.
Were you more like, I bet you were probably more nervous than she was.
No, I wasn't. I was chilling. I was like, Midge knows how to perform. Like,
Uh-huh.
she's got this in the bag.
Yeah.
Um, I was just excited to see her, honestly, and support her.
What a like a larger than life person that she is. Like, is there like anything that she can't do or she's not capable of? She's just incredible.
I know I haven't seen it yet. She's constantly on the phone about business calls. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
Midge, we're going to training. Like, stop
Yeah.
talking about like the current economy.
Yeah. She's podcasting. She's producing shows. She's whatever. She's got Harvard board of something, and
Hmm.
yeah, I can't keep up with her. She's incredible.
Killing it on the field. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's a great one.
And speaking of like stardom, I saw a fashion shoot with you. Wasn't it like at the NWSL fashion shoot? How was that for you? Like you took a couple pictures for a promo?
Um, yeah, so it was on Media Day in LA
Okay.
for the
Uh-huh.
NWSL. Um, Never really been big into fashion shoots. I mean,
Mhm.
never really had the opportunity, I guess, but it was really cool to experience. Yeah, it was definitely different for me outside of my comfort zone, but I had a great time. And it makes me laugh to see them on posters now. I'm like, you guys should laugh at this. This is funny.
And obviously New York is known for their fashion. Like, how has your fashion sense like evolved since you've been in the New Jersey, New York area?
I mean, I can't really compete with Mandy Freeman, to be
Of course.
honest with you. Like, so I just kind of stay in my lane, you know? Like,
Hmm.
you know what you're good at. I'm good at the
Hmm.
essentials, I think. Like, let's keep it plain, just stay in Neely's lane and never overdress, never underdress. It's usually what I shoot for.
Yeah, us mere mortals can't compete with Mandy's fashion sense. It's incredible,
She's insane.
insane. And all right, so a lot has been made about this. Well, the league made a lot about this. And then definitely the announcers during the game made a lot about this. It's about Washington and Gotham District versus the Empire, calling it the most heated rivalry in the history of sports. So we polled the fans, and the fans, like a little bit of the fans said that it's a true rivalry. Same amount said it's was pushed, forced a little bit. Most fans said it's a building rivalry. I know Kelly O'Hara said it is because she's been on both sides of it. And then McCall said that she didn't feel like it was when she was here. What is your thoughts? Is Washington and Gotham a true rival?
I think it's building for sure. I
Hmm.
think location wise, it's
Hmm.
got to be our rival. But also I think the semifinal last year kind of, maybe made that start to become a rivalry. I wouldn't say it's like incredibly strong feelings about them being our rival. I think it will continue to build because, we are kind of competing for similar spots in the table and playing them in the semis. So respect that team a lot and always love to compete against them.
Yeah, so it's like those type of games, like the semifinals, like that builds the rivalry, and like being able to go back into that building the way it ended. I know you're always like, put that game behind you, but it had to give you a little bit of motivation to really jump on them during that game in Washington and the full crowd behind you.
Yeah, I mean, it was the end of a 3 game week for us, so
Hmm.
we knew we had to get up for it. And we were super excited to play in DC. It's always fun because they have a good atmosphere there. They have a nice field, a good stadium, a good setup. It was honestly great weather. So it was really cool to get the win there. And yeah.
Little things matter. And Esther went off a little bit and give it to the crowd a little bit. So that helps build it as well. And I'll take a little quick detour to talk about Esther. She is something else this season. And what do you think it is about her? Like, how does she at like 5'2", 5'3" win every header? And like, two, what do you think the team is doing around her to really unlock her this season?
Yeah, I think, our staff does a great job of highlighting, everyone's best attributes.
Hmm.
And you can see that with Esther. She is 5'2", 5'3", like you said,
Hmm.
but her movement is so intelligent that it doesn't matter. She's going to win the header because, her timing is always right. I think she's a top professional. She's played in top environments, like it's crazy her list of achievements as well. So for us to even be able to play alongside of her is amazing and to learn from her is amazing. Um, but yeah, she's doing really well for us this season and I hope I can continue to support her in everything she's doing.
And Gotham has, I mean, even in your like 3 years at Gotham, it's changed a lot. Like the first season, Gotham was pushing teams into the corner of the field, high pressing at all costs, going straight to goal. Then last year it was a little bit more pragmatic, a little bit more with the ball. And then this year, the difference I feel is that Gotham is so comfortable with the ball, playing out of the back. Obviously, having Berger helps. But like, what do you say is the identity of this team? Because it's not quite the high pressing team we're used to, but it's more efficient.
Yeah, I think we want to create a style where, you know, you see our team play and you're like, yeah, that's Gotham. And I
Hmm.
think we are building that year over year. And I think it takes time for Juan to put in the tactics that he wants to have. And yeah, I think this year we do have the ball a lot, which is awesome. That's what you want as a soccer player. And but I do think we are still a high pressing team for sure. Um, it might not seem as much because we have the ball more, but I think we do still have a very high press and we are still aggressive. We just do have the ball more, so it might not seem like that, but we definitely still do have that in our DNA.
And you guys outpossessed the courage for like the first time in like 60 games, which is a pretty crazy thing to do. And something else has changed at Gotham, which is your role. You're now a veteran, and on the veteran leadership, and you're wearing the captain's band. So how would you describe like your role now, and like how would you describe yourself as a leader?
Yeah, I think I like to lead in my actions, how I
Hmm.
train every single day, how I approach any situation on or off the field. I hope that people see my work ethic and, how I view situations and approach them, and my attitude going into things. I think stepping into the leadership role has forced me to become more of a vocal leader, and that's good because it's stretching me in that way. Um, and I feel like I'm learning a lot, and, I'm going to make mistakes and fall, but I just hope that I can serve my team in the best way possible.
And this team has also changed over these 3 years. I mean, the first year you had like one rookie. That was Jen. It was a good rookie, Jenna Nice. Then the second year you had Macy Bell, and then she got traded. So essentially you had no rookies. And then this year you have what, seven, eight new players that have like just getting their first minutes. And so how do you feel like as the team has shifted to a more sustainable roster?
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of crazy that I guess I am one of the veteran players. I'm
Hmm.
used to being like one of the younger ones, 2023, I was
Right.
maybe like one of the youngest on the team. Um, but yeah, I think our shift to having more rookies is great. They're great in the locker room. They're ready to put their head down and work and do whatever the team needs, which is exactly what you want from a rookie. And we have had to lean on them a lot, and they're able to step up because I think our staff and our team has prepared them well. They know their role and what they need to execute on the field. And I think you can see that game in and game out, no matter who steps on the field, they're ready to go. So they have honestly been great. And yeah, we're not used to having a lot of rookies, but it's honestly a breath of fresh air. Like they're young, they're excited, and it's been great for us and for our locker room.
Two of the rookies that I definitely want to talk to you about. One, I hope to get her on the show because she seems like a very interesting person as well. But Lily Reel has been a phenom, and you've gone from like probably one of the like shortest, most technical left backs in like Jenna Nice to like this physical presence that Lily is, and she can get up the field, and she can seemingly like out of the box do most things. So she's been incredible so far. Tell us about her as like a person and like what she brings to this team.
Yeah, I can't say enough good things about Lily, honestly. Her attitude and,
Hmm.
her approach to the game as well is just great. And really, honestly, she seems a lot older than she is, even in the way she plays. And she is a physical presence for us back there, which is what we need and what we want, but also technically and attacking wise, tactically, she's adjusting to left back still. Like she's used to being a center back and she's done it seamlessly. And she's willing to listen to whatever, Sana or like the more experienced players, the staff have to say to her and execute it. So her attitude on the field is amazing. And then off the field, she's a freaking goofball, man. She she's awesome to be around. She just wants to have fun. And she doesn't take things too heavily, which isn't easy to do as a rookie. She takes things pretty lightly and is pretty go with the flow. She jokes around a lot. So I love having her around. She's been a great addition.
Yeah, and I don't know if like I don't know if she knows this, but like she scored the own goal at home in her debut, at home debut. And then I don't know if she thought she could like erase her own goal by like forcing an own goal from another player on their home debut. Like it doesn't quite work that way, but I was like, it's worth I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, she jokes about it. Like that's what I'm saying. She takes stuff so lightly with the grain of salt.
Uh,
She's like, scored my first goal, own goal, first pro goal. But yeah, has since scored I think two other goals. So,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
stuff happens.
And one of your attacking mates, Sarah Shapansky, has been lights out. And I saw her highlight film from college when I've seen her play in college, but like when you see her highlight film, you're like, okay, this player's different. Like there's something different about her. She can play with both feet. And like when's the last time you saw a player like take corners with both feet and put them wherever they want 'em? It's crazy.
Yeah, it's actually pretty insane. When she first
Hmm.
came, you don't really know much about the rookies.
Right.
We're taking free kicks, and she's like, "Do you want me to take it right or left footed?" I'm like, "What?" I'm like, "Which foot are you?" Like, probably right. We want it to be a good service. And yeah, now just seeing, how she's evolved within the team and literally serves it on a platter every time she steps up to take a set piece is insane and such an asset for us. As well as that, she's just the most hardworking and grateful and humble person you'll meet. Like anytime you give her high praise, she's like, "Well, I'm just grateful to be a part of this team." And I'm like, "No, like you are so talented." Like one day she'll wake up and realize it, hopefully, but um she's been so awesome to have here.
Yeah, that's that Pittsburgh mentality. Just hard working, not taking credit for much. Yeah. And then lastly, Mac Witham. Obviously a young player. Obviously, it's a different. The team has a lot of things to do, like to protect the player from not being able to integrate a lot of things. Like they can't join you at lunches or things like that. How's it been? Like, how do you feel she's handled that transition? Because it's a really weird situation to be in.
Yeah, honestly, she trained with us last year,
Hmm.
a little bit, played with us in the Summer Cup on a short-term contract, and I've seen her evolve so much, off the field and on the field, within the team. I think it's hard to relate as a 14-year-old to
Right.
30-year-olds. Like,
Yeah.
how do you do that? Um, but it's been really cool to see her socially change, I think, and interact with us in a way where we can relate to her. I think a lot of credit to her and to, the team as well for embracing that and trying to help her feel as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, and she nearly got her first goal in the last game. I think that would have been
I know.
amazing. Almost
Yeah, yeah.
a lesser goalie than Alyssa Nair would have let that go in.
Yeah, well,
Probably.
hopefully it's coming soon. We'll see.
Yeah. And this month is a big month for Gotham. We're talking CONCACAF Champions Cup, playing Club America, T Grace, and might get a little bit of revenge on the Portland Thorns for the last game we played. So, what does this mean to you to play in this tournament? I mean, I know one game at a time, but like if you manage to win this tournament, that is big things. You could be playing in like Club World Cups and like the teams you could be playing is incredible.
Right. I think it's exactly where we want to see this team go.
Hmm.
If we want to be, the best team, not only women's team, but team worldwide, then we have to play in tournaments like this and we have to win and compete against the best teams. And it would be incredible to compete against, top teams in Europe and see how we match up against them. I think it's a great opportunity we have in Mexico to do that and for us to get this far past the group stage and to be there is great. But we always want more, and we're excited about the opportunity.
So, when do you fly out for that?
I think so. We play San Diego at home, and then we leave May 18th. So we'll be in Mexico for like a week.
Okay, all right. You get to relax a little bit, hopefully. I mean, it's mostly business, but like, I'm
Mostly
sure the weather's beautiful
business.
there.
but it'll be nice to be to be in good weather and playing soccer.
Yeah. And this week, this tomorrow, Friday, you get to go back where it all started. Racing Louisville, Friday Night Lights, Amazon Prime. How does it feel to be back in Louisville?
Yeah, it's honestly like coming home a little bit.
Mhm.
My whole family, like I said, is coming up. I have a lot of friends here from when I played, and I feel connected to the community a bit because it is a smaller community, and they were always amazing fans to me when I was here. So, I can't speak higher of Louisville. They always embrace me every time I come back, and I'm really grateful to be here, and I always get excited because I just love seeing everyone. It fills my heart. Um, so it's a
Is there
great
any like
trip for me.
is there any spots you do like you go back to? Any
Oh,
like
for sure.
restaurants?
I had to run back for this podcast because I was getting coffee at my favorite coffee shop.
Gotcha.
And then there's a good food scene, so there's a few restaurants I'm gonna have to go to.
Indeed. And Mother's Day is coming up. You're gonna be spending time with your mother in Louisville.
For sure, my mom and grandma and my dog are coming, so
Oh,
he better have gotten me a present. It's Mother's Day for me too.
yeah. Yeah, my cats don't give my girlfriend anything because they're ungrateful. Uh, but all the mothers out there, thank you. You're all superheroes to me. My mother was a superhero to me in my life. Just any message for the mothers that are out there?
Yeah, honestly, after being a dog mom, I only have the
Mm.
utmost respect for moms. No,
Yeah.
my mom, my mom showed me what it means to be humble and hardworking and very selfless. So I think being a mom is one of the craziest jobs. And you have to be, the most selfless person I know. So the utmost respect to moms. I hope you're celebrated accordingly. You should be celebrated on your kids' birthdays as well. They shouldn't be celebrated. You're the one that birthed them. What did they do? Nothing.
All right.
So get celebrated on your kid's birthday, on Mother's Day, anytime you can.
Right. I think we will leave it at that. Neely, like obviously comes to the end of the interview. I always love talking to you. You got so much to say, and we like to check in with you every once in a while, just to because your career is so crazy to be able to like just coming from where you came to like putting on the national team jersey. Like just one question about that. Like, how did that feel for you to finally put on that national team jersey? That's like the hardest position, but outside of maybe keeper to get called up in.
Yeah, it was honestly really humbling to even be considered for camp.
Hmm.
And I learned a lot going there, both tactically on the field and off the field as well. So I'm really grateful for that experience, and it only made me hungrier for more. So, yeah,
Yeah, we hope to see you back there. We're all rooting for you, Neely.
thank you.
Thanks for coming on. And Friday night, Racing Louisville. Are you ready?
I'm super excited. Yeah, tune in. We'll see what happens.
All right, let's go.